Humankind itself, our nature, is not logical. In our societies, tribes form, factions arise, and behind those are the values and beliefs of each group. These beliefs and values inevitably clash with one another. It can become an easy thing to do to gain support for your cause or your faction by demonizing the others, those who are different from yourself, those who do not act the way you do, or speak the way you do, or look the way you do. It can be a powerful tool to gain support for your cause, your movement, your people, your country, your religion. However, it's a very dangerous concept. Lies are powerful things. They can be used to gain power, acquire wealth, fame, assets, support, protect yourself, hurt others. Yes, lies are dangerous weapons. So by lying about another culture or lying to yourself that you're right and they're wrong no matter what, and nothing will change this, you are damaging your own credibility. I'll start with a hot button topic on the subject. When you think of being pro-life in terms of abortion, you think of being godly, you think maybe you're doing the Lord's work, maybe you're doing as Jesus would do, maybe that you're living a moral life by the word of this holy book. Well, if that's the case and you refuse to see any other viewpoints as well, I will read a passage from the Bible. Hosea 13:16. Samaria will be held guilty, for she has rebelled against her God. They will fall by the sword, their little ones dashed in pieces, and their pregnant women ripped open. My point needs no explanation in this case. It becomes evident that we are a contradiction. I can push further. If we talk about abortion cases of incest, where the baby will likely have a deformity, health condition, or genetic trait that is completely, devastatingly consequential. What about the passage from Matthew 10? Those who fail to bear good fruit shall be cut down and burned with unquenchable fire, referencing those who gave birth to the infirm. And then we can move on to LGBTQ rights. You may think in a way that the zealotry you so believe in pushes towards thinking that you're moral, thinking that you're right, that they have no right to love each other, no love to love someone of the same gender. But then we go to what is known as the golden rule. Do unto others as they would do unto you. So once again, we're met with the sad realization that humankind is often hypocritical. We often defeat ourselves in our own contradiction to our intelligence and our superiority as the dominant species on our planet. They love who they love, and you love who you love. That should be enough to satisfy that rule. It is not only in any way whites or Christians who commit these acts of contradiction, violence, and ignorance. There's Pol Pot, a dictator who gained power in Cambodia in the 1970s using only his ideology to slaughter those he blamed for that country's pain and suffering. It's a very sad realization, but this is how we can be. But even further, there's more. In Rwanda, 1994, the ethnic Tutsi people were slaughtered. The Hutus committed genocide against them, used them as their scapegoat for the reason everything went badly. The reason they need to die was to satisfy the Hutus' thirst for having someone to blame. Over the course of 100 days or so, men, women, and children were slaughtered. And anyone who disagreed or tried to stop them from being slaughtered was killed as well. In no way do I believe humanity is bad by our own principles. I believe that, like many forms of life on our planet, we merely want to survive. And sometimes that causes us to lose what we claim to have, our humanity, our ability to feel, to understand. And when we fail to do this, we become our own contradiction and our own worst nightmare. The others should not be blamed for anything. The others should be respected just as they would respect you. The cycle repeats, but hopefully will end one day. The only way to move forward is simply by keeping your mind and heart open to others and having them remain open to you in return. It may not happen immediately, and I don't expect anything to happen soon. But pushing towards that is a worthy goal as human beings. And for that reason, I speak out. Because the only thing that can cause change is when those who have open hearts and minds are willing to speak their mind.